Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to quickly discuss with you what is happening in Haiti because it's right off the coast of Florida and the country has basically devolved into almost full blown civil war. So, quickly, I want to just show you where Haiti is and then I'm going to take you to a CBS News article and explain what's going on. So, this is Florida right here. This is Haiti. So, Bahamas, Cuba, Haiti, a couple hundred miles off the coast. And I'm just going to jump right over to this news article and get into what's going on. So, a bunch of gangs basically took over the capital. The president of the country was in Puerto Rico, I guess, seeking help from foreign nations to try to quell the violence that's been going on in Haiti for a while. But while he was gone, a bunch of gangs took over the capital, and now he can't come back, and he's already agreed to resign because of what's going on. So the there's one guy, his name's Barbecue. I'll get into that in a sec, but he's like the main leader of this. So, there's like the American Revolution where we're sick and tired of other people telling us what to do. Like, the king wasn't listening. We're like, hey, we're done with you. It's over. Big difference between that and what these people are doing. It's extremely violent. There's a lot of rape, murder. The head guy, kind of the main person you're hearing about, is called Barbecue. Um, that being said, if we go through this article, two things can be true at the same time, right? One, these bad actors, these gangs, are taking advantage of this really, fraught situation, which is ripe for really like a power vacuum. Obviously there's going to be a new leader, and a lot of people in the country right now are like, hoo, frothing at the mouth, hoping it's them. So even though a lot of these gangs are like, oh, we want to be our own people, we want to, serve our own nation, I am dubious, and I think you should be as well, about whether or not a man named Barbecue has the best intentions of Haitians in mind. Right? It's just a power vacuum going on right now. There's like a civil war. There's a bunch of gangs, a bunch of warlords basically want to take over the country. So these, gang leaders are probably have some legitimate qualms with the way that their country's been handled, because apparently they haven't had an election in the last 8 years, which would infuriate any population. But obviously, the way to handle that is not to murder and rape your own, population, and then like burn cities and stuff like that. So it's just kind of a little bit of a tangent, but I mean, the American Revolution is such a beautiful thing. I mean, it was like it was a war won, fought, designed by gentlemen. You know what I mean? I mean, it was designed by like the smartest people. That's why we have the country that we do, because it wasn't led by Barbecue. It was led by George Washington. So, anyway, so before Moise's assassination, these militias and armed groups existed alongside politicians who used them to do their bidding. So they've been, empowered by the state, and now that's coming back to haunt them. With the dwindling of the country's elected officials, though, many of these rebel forces have engaged in excessively violent acts. Armed groups who have been calling for Henry's resignation, that's the current prime minister or current president, have already attacked airports, police stations, seaports, the central bank, and the country's national soccer stadium. Now listen to this. The situation reached critical mass earlier this month when the country's two main prisons were raided, leading to the escape of about 4,000 prisoners. The beleaguered government called a 72-hour state of emergency, including a night curfew, but its authority had evaporated by then. So 4,200 people escaped from one of the main prisons, and and gangs are now in charge of the capital. Beckett said that control initially came from politicians and subsequently from armed groups supported by those politicians. Political parties that control the government use the government for corruption. So listen to this. Political parties that controlled the government use the government for corruption to steal that money. We're seeing the fallout from that. Now, I'm not saying that what's happening in Haiti is going to happen in America. However, from the small little bits that I've read, basically a lot of different foreign countries have been sending lots of aid to Haiti, but then certain people have been wanting to control that. And it's not, I think, out of the realm of possibilities to say that a lot of people have probably been siphoning off that money for themselves. And the Haitian people are like, hey, we got absolutely decimated by an earthquake about 10 years ago. Everybody says they're trying to help us, and nothing has improved. So what the heck is going on? We're going to take over our own country. And these gangs are taking advantage of that situation. They're not actually trying to help the Haitian people. They just realize there's a power vacuum going on. They can assume power, right? So these Haitian people are just stuck in the middle, and it sucks. So one of the two main groups, one of the two big gangs, is called G9, and it's led by a former elite police officer, Jimmy Cherizier, also known as Barbecue, who has become the public face of the unrest. He's openly called for Henry to step down and called his campaign an armed revolution. Um, like I said, the country hasn't had an election in 8 years. And Cherizier said it's the Haitian people who know what they're going through. It's the Haitian people who are going to take destiny into their own hands. Haitian people will choose who will govern them. Cherizier said recently to the Associated Press. Now, if this was like handled way differently, if something like had gone on and there was a reason for this, I understand the sentiment that you don't want to be ruled by somebody else and somebody who you're not answerable to and somebody who doesn't hold fair elections. That I understand. I think anybody should understand that. But obviously, again, these gangs are just taking advantage of the situation. So all of this to say that we now have a basically full-blown civil war in a country off the coast of Florida. Where do you think all of that displaced population is going to want to go? It's going to want to come up to America. And, it's just another part of our border crisis. And we have like this whole like civil war right off of our coast. And now we're going to have to deal with. I was reading something that DeSantis is already sending something, making sure that migrants can't come up. Any boats that come up off the coast of Florida are going to be turned away, which is awesome. It's a good thing that we have a solid governor there who is going to make sure that nobody's coming through Florida. However, our southern border is like wide open. And it's just another way, another reason that more people are going to come into this country and we can't afford it. If we didn't have as much of a, the whole reason people come here is because we have such a good social welfare system, and if they come here, they're going to get a bunch of free stuff and we just can't afford it. They're like flooding the cities, New York, Chicago, Seattle. They're finally understanding that, yeah, we don't have the money to pay for all of these people. And a lot of them, the State of the Union. I'm blanking on the name, but the young girl who was like beaten to death by an illegal immigrant, and it's just not stopping. So it's really worrying what's going on, and I don't see any of it slowing down. This is just another one of those things that's added into it's added into everything that's going on in the world today, and it's just another cause for concern. Right? Why in this exact time, did these groups see the opportunity to seize the Capitol and oust the president? Right? It's not only America that is going through this type of moment, right? The entire world. A lot of people in lots of different countries are unhappy with the way their governments are operating. And if it's not fixed correctly, then, people get desperate. And when people get desperate, really anything's possible. All of this to say, the world's getting a little crazy. Buy a gun. Not a laser gun, but, a real one. Buy a pistol. Get some training. Go to dutytotrain.com. If you're a first-time gun owner, it's really nerve-wracking thinking about buying a gun. I make it super easy to become comfortable and skilled with a pistol. And you do it from home. It's the best way to learn how to shoot a pistol. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comment. And let me know what you think about Haiti, because that is wild. So until next time, stay safe, live free, enjoy the freedoms in America, because we have it good here. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya.